there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. You can't fake being a select man. And this don't have anything to do with your physicality, because, you know, some people try to say, oh, you gotta be a certain height to be a select man. No, you got plenty of non-select men who are over 6 feet. But here's the thing, because I've seen this, and it's in this general area of, you know, when people, I might say select, somebody else will say being alpha, some people will say having a masculine frame, and you can't fake it. You either do or you don't. Let me use the term masculine frame. A lot of guys are thinking, oh yeah, well, if I act masculine and do all this, people see right through it. For one reason, it's not natural. One thing about a select man, a truly select man feels it deep in his bones, his spirit. It's going to come out in how he walks, how he holds his head, how he looks at you. It's going to come out in his tone of voice and everything. You can't fake certain things. Like, I remember I had this one poster who was, I ain't gonna lie, he got on my nerves. I don't care if he see me say this, but he wanted me to do something showing how to walk. I'm like, you can't really do that. Because, okay, let's use that example, because I've had a few other people like ask or speak like me or something. Like, dude, you gotta be yourself, because it's not really gonna work. You might think it might work, but you're not being who you are, because everything that I do is coming from my life experience. Part of it is genetic, and how I walk, my body build, everything, how I interact with the environment, how people interact with me, but also my response to that, my reaction, my actions, and also my reactions. And it's not something that just popped up. I say, oh, I'm gonna walk like this. Now, yeah, I've heard some actors, certain actors say, oh yeah, I started walking like this guy, I started walking like this guy. But at the end of the day, you still have to have something within you that generates it. Because a truly select man, he's going to be to the point he can just go someplace and sit in a corner, maybe eating some buffalo wings. He's still going to get some attention. That's because of his body language. That's because of how he's carrying himself. And you can't fake it. See, when you try to fake something, people can tell. People can tell. Especially if you out in the streets, you out in the real world, some person is adept at reading body language and just been around enough people. You can tell when somebody faking something. You can tell when somebody really lying, because it's going to show. There's going to be certain tells on them. Shoot, that's why you, like a FBI profiler or something, or a psychologist, they know when the person's full of shit. Especially if they've been around them enough. But then, in general, like the FBI, you got some FBI agents, they can read your body language. You can't, yeah, and you could say whatever, they just saying, your body language saying something else. I mean, they trained in this. They are trained in this. And see, the problem is you try to fake it. Eventually, if you're talking about faking it, okay, why are you faking it? To get some women. Eventually, they can see through it. In fact, in my book, Nice Guys and Players, I talk about select men are two groups, the Mr. Goodbars and the masked men. Now, see, here's the thing with the masked men. They actually good at mimicking Mr. Goodbar. So they're going to be select at first. Notice I said at first. See, the issue with them is they can't keep that mask up. They can fake it a little bit, but they can't keep it up long term. And see, a woman to see through it. And in fact, you get some other guys, they'll try to hit a woman with, you know, try to act all like they going on. Like you got, I also talk about the gamesmen in my book. The gamesmen are non-select. They are non-select, and women really see right through it. But the women will still deal with them, not because the dude is acting select, but the dude is just there, and the woman can't get the top two. You know, she can't get the money man, she can't get the sexy man. So she just deal with it, but she can see through it. And the best answer, and I even touched on this in my book, Nice Guys and Players, you gotta become real. Don't fake like you the man, become the man. You know, and don't fake it until you make it. I talked about that on my Deep Thought channel. That's some bullshit. It's better that as a man, you work to develop it. You need to work to develop your actual masculinity. You need to develop it. Instead of faking like you the man walking, develop yourself to the point it just come natural. You're not even thinking about it. You don't think about it. You don't think, oh, no, this is what, Indeed, let me use that example. I said this young man wanted me to show him how to walk. I walk any way I'm walking anytime. It's really showing you what's on my mind at that moment. I can't fake that. I can't fake that. If I'm walking a certain way, like what I call a murder walk, that's what I'm thinking. If I'm like real happy or something, just chilling, that's what I'm gonna do. So but it has to be authentic. It has to be authentic. Indeed, the man should always think in terms of being authentic. Don't worry about trying to be that next man, because that's not you. That next man didn't have your experiences. See, when you are your true self, when you are who you are as a man, then you might not become like select to the point you got the women lined up, but you might become select to just the right women. I've talked about that before. Sometimes it's actually better not to get a whole bunch of women, but just the right ones. But how's that going to be? You're faking. You faking. See, there's been some guys, I've actually seen this several times. You get some guys, they trying to fake like they all tough, or they trying to fake like they a thug, or they trying to fake like, they might have a money or something like that. And the thing is, like I said, it might get some women short term or something like that who really see through it, but they figure, oh, let me play the game with them because they running the game. But what happens when the woman that you actually want would rather have you as you are, but not as you are trying to be? That's that tribe. See, the thing about a tribe, the women who naturally attracted to you, they're attracted to your natural self. They are attracted to your natural self. It's actually better to be that then the best version of that than to try to be something that you're not. Because that's only turning off your tribe. And then you're not getting a good woman. Because I've seen guys like that. I've yet to see one who is totally happy. I'm just being real with you. Because I've known some guys, they be trying to fake like they this or that. And then, you paying attention to them. You say, no, you're not all that. You can tell. If you're around enough people, you can know when somebody like fake it. So that's the whole thing. It's better to work to be real. Then you become select to the right women. But you can't fake it. Like I said, you fake it, you end up losing out on the women because they ain't seeing your true self. All right? So anyway, that's all for this episode. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.